I was just listening to people. They was talking about the best way to talk about Jesus. When you around a bunch of demons, when you live around a bunch of demons, raised around a bunch of demons, you learn how to just walk like Jesus instead of just trying to figure out how to openly express yourself about Jesus. So what I'm trying to say is that they'll use that against you. So you just gotta live like Jesus. You gotta live like Jesus. You can't just talk it. You just gotta, when they come up to you, you gotta live normal. You basically live normal to sin present itself. You don't just, well, for me, I don't just go out there and say, hey, this and that. I mean, if that's the kind of world you living in, but this is reality. Like, it's wrong all around us. Everywhere we look, you just can't see it. It ain't gonna unveil itself if you openly unveiling yourself. If you unveil yourself, I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna be real with you. I know I can't express myself like that. Like, let me give you an example. Like, my family was wicked. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they go to church every Sunday and we Lord Jesus, talk about Jesus all day long. But they'll sleep with your wife. They'll take you. I know people who done slept with my ex-wife, and go to her favorite restaurant, and they'll come and get me and my family member. They'll come and get me and try to take me to the same restaurant. And that she live in a whole different town and think it's cute. It's like, I don't know if it make you think something wrong with them, but it really be God letting you know what they doing behind your back. And I be snapping on them, but I had to stop that because that ain't of God. And now I just, when they do it too often, I just tell them, I know this, right? But they'll keep doing it like they trying to prove something or something. They'll keep doing it like they trying to, I don't know. I just figured it was a seer heart or a curse or something. I never kind of knew what the hell they had going on. But, and they might not go with them, but it's just something just tell on itself. Like, what the hell is you doing then? I don't want to go to my ex-wife where she eat it because I didn't even like the food in the first place like that. I was just taking her there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what else? They'll sabotage your car. Like, you might got a car, you done put money in your car, and they close to you. They close to you. And it ain't just about family. Like I said, they hiding behind Jesus. They hiding behind the image. And they people you would least expect. But me, I set my stuff up in a way where the only one that I would expect would be the only one to do it. And it always be that person to do something crazy. And then, like, my truck, it don't move, but I had put a lot of money in my truck. I did a lot of stuff to my truck, so I know someone tinkered with my truck. I know someone tinkered with my truck, period. And then they just do stuff. Oh. chasing cats, y'all. They have babies back to back, back to back. They already pregnant again. Can't catch them. Back to back, back to back. My grandpa though taught me not to even get addicted to animals, because animals always come to us. Animals just draw themselves to us. I don't know if it's the energy or what. I don't know what it is. But anyway, what I was saying, but yeah, somebody sabotaged my car, and it always was somebody hiding behind Jesus. So it's like I couldn't be around these kind of demons all the time. You really don't know. It could be a family member, it could be someone close to you, but you know it's a family member, but you just don't know who it is. And then they all could be working together. It's just stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like I said, they hide behind Jesus, and that's what make it hard. And you just gotta set a trap for a trap, basically. And in order for them to, you just gotta become smart, maneuver smart. But dealing with that my whole life, because they've been doing it my whole life, and it got to the point where I had to set a trap for a trap. Like while they trapped in there trying to figure their way out of that crap, I can go get a job. I can do this. I can do that, and that'll buy me time to get some money up. I should have left their asses a long time ago, but I didn't know my energy would make people continually do that, and winded up stuck on my own, trap myself in a trap. But that's why I learned to be celibate. And my brother Jesus probably had to go through this. I just learned to be celibate because all the women gonna keep getting paid off, and ain't nobody gonna stand up straight. Everybody gonna, cause the money is hard out here. It's hard to get money out here, and a lot of people don't want to work. A lot of people just want to take the easy route out, so it's easy to pay somebody out to do something wrong to somebody, even if it is to Jesus Christ. They don't care. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just be celibate and clean. I take care of my damn self, period, all the way around. And what I do is and by growing up doing that, I evolved in a way to where I could be around drug addicts, people on drugs, and not do drugs. You know, I ain't telling nobody to do that. I'm telling you this is what I had to do because they kept me in the situation. It didn't matter if I got sober or not. They kept me in the situation. Somebody had me in some kind of fucked up loop, a program. You see how I cut? Like, that's why I cut, because these demons, when people hold the Bible and people can torture you and talk about God all day, they turn into demons. They'll kill you for preaching to them. They'll kill you. Like, people be thinking I be joking sometimes, but I don't be joking. A lot of the murderers that will kill you done got too old to be playing them games. But women or men, they will kill you. Pray for them you want to, you know, and they in your face, beat you to death, you know. You play like you play like you play like you know, whatever. They'll beat you to death. They'll beat you to death, kill you. I mean, you pray for them or whatever. They'll get angry and beat you to death, kill you, man. Well, you know, back then, you know how it is now. Well, when you get older and you big enough, they probably wouldn't do that. But if you small, they can take advantage of you. They'll probably beat you to death, kill you with a Bible in their hand. They don't care. This ain't the movies, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the movies. So for me, it got to the point where if I walked around like that, too holy, I ain't gonna say holier than thou, but if I walked around like that, people would just take advantage of it and they would destroy me all the way around, because that's what they was meant. Somebody put me in a bad situation. And like I said, this was a program too, so who knows? It was just demons hired to kill or something. I don't know, y'all. It was just every day. This was every day of my life. So I had to learn how to walk like my brother Jesus. I had to learn how to walk and Jesus. You know, I couldn't talk it, bro. You know, so I had to learn to be around people do drugs, be around people who fornicate, be around these people all the time, and learn to hold my peace until I sensed they was ready to change. And when I sensed they was ready to change, then they would ask me. I wouldn't have to ask them. They would say, how do you do this? How do you be around this and not do this? How do you be around that and not do that? How do you do this? Because I live around it and they know it. Ain't nothing to hide about it. I was forcefully stuck in a situation. Somehow was pretty out evil. They turned the whole family evil doing this shit. I know who it is, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it because it's embarrassing at this point. But they I saw the whole family bloodline just turn wickedly evil, just wickedly evil. I don't know how they doing that. I ain't really seen nobody in 5 years, but it's just wicked evil, bro. Evil, 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 evil. They put you in these situations where you gotta do like them damn cats. Now, if I'd had my truck, I would have took them cats off as they came in this yard. But somebody that build up, I'm gonna just use the cats for example. The cats build up and they get on your nerve, and the person who's supposed to be taking them off look at you with this possum grin. You know, the person who's supposed to be doing something look at you, he laugh at you like you're supposed to do something, but they put you in a situation where you couldn't do nothing at all. You can't get in the car and drive out. You can't do it. Then they get on their nerve. Then they it's all the time. This is what they do, bro, and they lose their damn mind doing this. It's over and over again. It's like a broken program or something. It's worse than a glitch. It's trash. It's something on repeat mode and it can't stop. It just keep irritating you over and over, over and over. And like after this, it's be something else pop up. And what it do is it build up. Like something else. Let me see what something else I went through. I was expecting somebody probably like 2 years ago and 3 years ago, and I didn't know people were reading cards so heavy on me. And somebody sent a message to somebody that I was dealing with that I ain't had no choice but to deal. They old people you gotta help. Now it could be your mama, could be your dad, could be anybody. And that person will say, hey, come and help me do this. I need you to help me move something. And just so happen you go over there and move something, that person that came to get you done came to got you and gone. And they just sitting there grinning, you know, like something wrong with them. And they'll bring you back home and treat you like crap again. So yeah, it's just like everything is a program. Everything is being in this situation so long. I realize everything is a reason. When somebody asks you to help them, somebody asks for something, and you know maybe it's because I'm in the midst of a bunch of demons, or maybe it's just the way the world functions. But at this point, I realize everything is for a reason, no matter what it is. Somebody asks you to do something, you better reevaluate it, even if it's simple or not. Like, what is this person doing? That's what I would do. But I can do it quick. I can do it quick as fast as you ask me a question. I can do it as fast as you ask me a question because I've been getting tortured like this my whole life. And when I seen this, when I noticed it myself, I realized no matter what woman I had, they didn't have a chance. I should have moved away from these people a long time ago. And so in that situation, I just learned how to walk like God, walk like Jesus. Because I was going to keep getting attacked. It didn't matter because they was doing it. They were like, somebody paid them to do it. And I realized if I go around Jesus this, Jesus that, they were going to eat me alive. They were going to kill me, man. So I just had to walk like them, stand up like them. You might hear me cuss. You don't know if Jesus cuss or not. You just going about what people tell you. You don't hear me cuss. But everything comes from God, good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Everything was originated from God. You know? So, because God created Satan, right? Everything comes from God. So, you get on my nerves long enough, I'm gonna express myself and tell you about yourself. You know, you disrespect me, and I'm gonna explain to you why it ain't good or smart to disrespect me to your face. I ain't got a social people, I'm an introvert, but not to the point where I ain't got a social. I'm actually better at social gathering than I am doing this right here. Cause I just started this phone stuff in 2020. Some of y'all been on it, stuck on it ever since they came out, and ever since they made videos. I just started messing with it like this. So I still got my social gathering, and I wouldn't even be on this phone to the point where I feel like it's finna wipe out my social gathering. That'd be foolish. My social, confrontation with people. That'd be absolutely foolish to even think about doing such a thing like that for me. I cut it off. I just stopped doing this altogether. Because I don't even know if I got fans. I ain't even getting no clarity about anything. So it wouldn't bother me to just cut it off for about 4 or 5 years and get back on it. If I even get back on it. That's what I do. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, you ain't gotta hold that image. I had normal around people. I had normal around people all the way around. I had normal around people all the way around. I don't even really, like I said, you see how they take your time up. Like, you can't show people your weakness. Where I'm from, you can't show people, it ain't a weakness. You just can't show people your playing hand. It's just, that's it. You can't show people your playing hand. You just gotta be normal. But like I said, it get to the point where people who do this stuff, 17, 11, it get to the point where people do this stuff. They be like, how you do this without having sex? How you do this without doing this drug? How you do this without gossiping? Like, you might have to work in a plant job that don't want you to talk enough, which is really straight. I don't know what I quit those plants. They don't want you to talk, don't want you to say no, which is good at some point, depending on what kind of work it is. But if it ain't no damn hard work and you just there, and then you play the radio and nothing, it's just like prison if you trying to say, don't say a word to each other. We ain't in kindergarten head start. So again, it's jobs out here like that, 110 degrees, where they tell you, don't say a word to each other. And the job is easy, there's nothing to mess up. Don't play the radio, don't do this. They just want you to sit there 8, 12, 16 hours a day and just do that, bro. Like something wrong with them. I quit. I walk out. I get that first check and I quit. And I tell them I quit. And then I tell them why I quit. Some places might send a message back saying they can do this now, do that now since you quit. Because I always wind up the best work on the line, if not the second best or whatever. But anyway, like I said, they just play on that. So I had to live strong, man. Like, it's always somebody out of it. I done had people in my family come to my job to get a job there, didn't need the job there, and just throw my name in the mud, belittle me, throw my name in the mud, tear my life apart, and leave, quit the job, go to a normal job, go to another job. Like, it been that hard all the time, back to back, every day of my life, every minute, every second. They got something going on to get on my nerve, get under my skin. They pay to have people get under your skin. They pay to do stuff to get under your skin. You know what I'm saying? They get paid on the side to do this by the devil somehow. That's when I notice the devil or Satan. It's the one paying them to do it. You know? And they eventually make demons out these people. You know? They get on your nerve, bro. It's always about their timing. They say they timing. It's getting better now. But it's like they'll read these cards and they'll know exactly the moment of time that you're supposed to get blessed. And they'll set up something in that day and time. Like, it's pure evil. Wicked evil, bro. Like, somehow, like, you would think I'm over exaggerating, but like I said, I've been going through this my whole life. And this just started in 2020, 2018. It's just somebody obsessively just attacking, and they can't stop. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. They just keep going. So you just gotta walk like Jesus. You gotta become Jesus. You gotta be real with it, so you could cut them off. It get to the point where you just gotta cut them off. I ain't doing that. You gotta tell them I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. And ain't nothing they can do about it. It's almost like it's set up by God for you to do that, which is right. And it's like you get to the point where you tell them I'm not doing that, and you do it. Do this, do that. I ain't doing that. That. And they'll stop. It just work. You ain't gotta put your hands on them. You ain't gotta disrespect them. And somebody try to offer you drugs. Somebody try to offer you this, that. No, I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that. And once you do it one time, it's like it'll revolve around you. It'll work. They'll start sinning, and you won't even notice it. It won't affect you, and you not saying it won't affect them. You can actually see that it was just a demonic energy that's trapping as many as it could, and it just did its job by coming to ask you, hey, do you want just? It's like temptation, just like Jesus, the situation with Jesus, and the fasting when Satan came and tempted Jesus. That part was overly done. That part was overly done because of the fact uh, that part was overly done because of the fact of what um, how often Jesus was tempted at his lowest moments. That's why you see that part everywhere when people preach it. It wasn't preached because Jesus was at that hardest time of his moment, and he got tempted by Satan, and he did it. It was preached. It was overly advertised because they constantly did Jesus like that. When he was weak for a woman, probably they did it. When he was weak for whatever in life to tempt you, he did it. So they knew by the time he was weak with food, that was nothing. He was gonna say no to that regardless. And that's what that is. It's symbolic. So that's what we all gotta go through. And that's how we all gotta grow up. These tests is gonna keep coming. Cause it's like when you see this hand, you realize it's the hand of God. Telling, like it's the Job, it's that Job situation. You realize it's the hand of God, and it's that Job situation. When you see this hand move, and it's just irritating, y'all. You never get used to it, cause they're gonna plot and scheme. You ain't supposed to, like in my situation, I wasn't supposed to stay stuck. Like governors and all that had to participate in this crap. And somebody constantly attacked me. It's like they kept me on repeat while somebody lived off my blessing. I know I got blessed with them. I know I got, my life was good because there was somebody alternate my whole life and just took my energy. Like it wasn't nothing. Didn't give a damn neither. But by the grace of God, I walk like my brother. So this ain't nothing. They'll wait till that day they die. They all older than me and everything. They'll die before I die, even if it's by nature. They'll die before I die. It's like they waiting on me to sin, and they gonna die waiting. Cause I walked this. I had to learn to walk this because I was in these streets, and the streets was testing me just like the family was testing me. It was just like a higher up overseer was watching and just making people just torture me to death from school everywhere I go. I had to walk, boy, you know. So I could play basketball, I could play football, I could be at parties, I could do this and I can do that, but not indulge in nothing. I ain't had no choice because it was like they would forcefully put me in the party. They would forcefully put me in the street. They would forcefully put me in the habitat that I didn't belong in. And I would constantly have to sit there and say, no, 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 like a robot.